Welcome back. Uh, so we are now on the session three, which says how to build a mindset and then follow it. This is one of the most important topic of this whole session because considering the current situation, the mindset building is more important here, and we need to understand how we can do that. So moving on. So most importantly, the main factor which comes on board while building a good mindset is that you need to avoid negative brainwashing. I think you must be aware about what things happening currently on media, social media, news media, everywhere. Like, there's a lot of negative brainwashing happening. Due to a lot of uncertainties which happened in last 3 to 4 months. Now, if you're focusing on that content more, you might end up getting your brainwashed. Now, and brainwashing is happening everywhere. What you're looking at right now, what you're like, this session is also kind of a brainwashing, but you need to decide where you want to get your brain washed and where you don't want to. Positive brainwashing is good because you get to understand real things, and your subconscious mind is more positively driven than consuming the content which is of your no use. So you need to choose where you want to get your brain washed and where you don't want to. But negative brainwashing is happening everywhere, and it is happening since years, but right now, since last 3 to 4 months, it has been increased a lot. Now, what are the types of brainwashing? So brainwashing happens in every sector and every level of our life, in organization, in peer, in social. In organization, political brainwashing happenings. Government or the political party who is in power, try to brainwash you. Government does you a kind of a brainwashing, which might be good or bad, depending upon the situation. Brands brainwash you. They are brainwashing you since years. News channel, as I mentioned, they are. I mean, I've been seeing, lately that there is a slightly dip in curve of Mumbai's corona cases, but no news channel is interested now to show Mumbai. But 15 to 20 days back, Mumbai was a hot topic, and every news channel was covering Mumbai's current situation due to COVID-19 and criticizing government and criticizing everything. But now that Mumbai is improving, none of them are interested to show the ads or show the content. I'm sorry, not ads. Show the content or news regarding the positive effects of Mumbai. Now they have moved to Delhi because now Delhi has started to catching up, and cases in Delhi are increasing, and they have surpassed Mumbai. So now all the media channels have deviated their attention towards Delhi. So this will keep on happening, and tomorrow there will be some new city or maybe some new outbreak or some new bad thing happening in the country. You need to decide where you need to focus. If you're just focusing on news channel, if you're consuming this content, I would suggest take yourself out of all these things, because it will not allow you to focus on a business. You will not be in a position to think wisely that what you should do in this COVID-19 period, because I think you must be in a situation now where after attending the session, I think you will also understand, right, that you might have missed all those things because you are busy into consuming news content, or consuming what's the trend, what's the new topic of social media today. All these things will come and go. You need to focus on your product and services. You need to focus on your business more. Then the second type of brainwashing happens through peers, family, friends, colleagues. They discuss current trends with you, and you also feel like having more of a content to talk to them, and you just keep on focusing on that. Or we kind of get influenced because if our friend says that that, for example, lockdown is not going to get open soon, a lot of people are going to lose jobs, you start believing that, right? Because he's a friend or he's a family, and he has the highest influential authority on you. So I would suggest, don't focus on all those things. Even if it is happening, even if it is not happening, nothing is getting solved. Nothing is getting solved for you specifically. So I think you should not focus on those areas. Then the third section is social media, of course. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all these platforms are enough for you to get in a position where you don't have your own opinion, you talk other people's opinion. So that is one of the main section here which contributes to the largest brainwashing section of the hour. Now these are some of the pattern of thinking. So I've made a distinguish between structured pattern of thinking and accidental pattern of thinking. Now you need to understand that what kind of pattern you should develop in a thinking. Are you a structured thinker or you are an accidental thinker? So I think right now what's happening in the country, I believe most of the people have deviated their attention and deviated their thinking towards accidental pattern of thinking, that we start, think, feel, behave accidentally because of this whole COVID-19 thing happening, and there are a lot of things happening in this lockdown. So accidentally we tend to consume content and we tend to deviate attention in the areas which are not useful for us. So but it is very important for you to organize your thoughts and build a structured pattern of thinking. Now what is the distinguish, like what is structured pattern of thinking different from accidental? So in structured pattern of thinking, it leads you where you want to be, but in case of accidental pattern of thinking, it leads you where you don't want to be. In structured pattern of thinking, you control your behavior, but in accidental pattern of thinking, your thinking controls your behavior. Structured pattern of thinking is mostly used for entertainment. You want to learn something, but accidental pattern of thinking is used for entertainment. Okay, so eventually structured pattern of thinking helps you build confidence, but accidental pattern of thinking will help you build anxiety only. You will not be able to be in any other position. Like if you consider current situation, I'm sure a lot of you guys are anxious, what's going to happen later, and how are you gonna survive in this pandemic, how your business is going to survive. So I think if there is a lot of anxiety happening on your side, that means your focus is more, your thinking is more towards accidental patterns and not towards structured. So I would suggest you immediately shift your focus, start focusing on how you can improve your business, consume content, watch, read, listen, feel productive content only. Don't go on the other side of the content which is of no use. And now comes the third and the most important concept of strategy: to take the first mover advantage. All these years we were just cribbing around the thing that hey, why didn't I started Facebook or a social media platform first? Why there was someone who already did that, and now I just need to compete with the brands and the competitive market. We keep on crying all these days. Why are we into the saturated market? Why are we last mover? So all those people who were feeling that, I think COVID-19 has given all of us a first mover advantage, because due to COVID, I'm again saying there are a lot of brands who are not spending online much. People have reduced their ad spends. They're not doing marketing aggressively. But this is a first mover advantage for you, because if you're a startup or an SME who is not so great in business and who couldn't compete with your brands, with your competitors who are a big brand, if you can't compete with them before, you have a competitive advantage now, because now there is a less of competition and more of an attention. So this is a good time for you to focus on online advertising. Key takeaways from this session is that you should avoid news content. I'll again say that influencing your subconscious is more important here. You need to deviate your conscious mind towards productive content than just regular content. Stop wasting time on Netflix, Amazon Prime. Don't go more on watching web series and movies. I'm sure they're more addictive. You might feel like doing that, but it's just taking you away from your core attention, because everyone out there are doing that. If you also keep on doing the same thing, you are going to end up crying that hey, why don't I have a business post lockdown also? Because people who are putting efforts in lockdown are the ones who are going to gain a much more effect, a positive effect post lockdown. Start talking to people. Start talking to people who are doing real business. Don't just go on what an economist is saying sitting on a TV channel. that economy is gonna go down or it's not gonna get to the same level. Don't listen to them. Talk to the people who are doing real business in this pandemic, who are gaining business out of it, and how are they doing it, and how can you learn from them. So it seems like we have come to the end of the session. I've given you what you need to get started, but if you have any questions or would like our help on implementing any of the above strategies, then get in touch today. Even better, for a limited time, we are offering a free 30-minute ad strategy session where we will discuss your business goals and challenges and draw up a digital marketing blueprint for you, and that is completely free. Please note that this is not a sales call. You will be speaking directly with me, and I am a founder of Social Dime, which is one of the fastest growing performance marketing agency in the country. So go ahead, claim your no obligation free 30-minute strategy session and get a 5,000 rupees custom digital marketing blueprint for free. To register, you need to go on the same email where you got this training session link. We have given one more link there which will help you redirect to a registration form. So just fill in your detail and register for this free 30-minute strategy session and get a chance to talk to me directly. But hold on, before you claim this session, I would like to make few clarities that this session is only for people who are serious about setting up their business from a long-term perspective, because we will be doing a brunt of the work. But to truly get you sales and to get your numbers skyrocket, we need your commitment and dedication. So if you're really very much ready and if you're very much serious, only then we would suggest you to go and claim your session. So yeah, I think that's all. Keep learning and stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.